Hello everybody, it is me, Mr. Vince, and I hope you all have an amazing day today. And in this video, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 barely used features in Roblox Jailbreak. Basically, these features have not been used by a lot of people, so it is very rare to see someone use all of those features I will be listing in this video. Now before I continue on, if you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And by the way guys, if you do manage to make me hit 2K subscribers before October ends, I will go ahead and ask Fiji for the Headless Horseman. I know it's kind of silly, but I will do this. Otherwise, I'll be a bacon hair for a week and I will act like a noob. Except for the fact that I will have to do my contracts anyways. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into number 5. Coming in at the number 5 spot is the garage at the cargo port. Now, a lot of you are kind of surprised because there is a garage at the cargo port. Now, basically, this garage right here was meant to be used so you can customize the jet ski. However, you can actually spawn vehicles here even though you weren't really supposed to, as this was used to customize your jet ski. So let me go ahead and show you guys how you can use this garage. You have to literally swim at this specific location just to use the garage. Like, I'm not even using the premium garage. I'll go ahead and show you guys proof. So if I go ahead and swim over here, the garage will open up and you'll be able to spawn any vehicle you want. This is just extremely interesting. Now, if you wanted to customize your vehicle, you just have to drive your vehicle back to this garage and you'll be able to customize it if you wanted to. It's not very easy to see someone use the garage over there. I mean, after all, there are some garages at this city and some people may have the premium garage. So it makes sense as to why not a lot of people use the garage at the cargo port. But it is indeed beneficial if you were robbing either the cargo ship or the cargo plane, because those two require you to go to the cargo port. Now for the cargo ship, if your helicopter was stolen, this makes sense. But if you're robbing the cargo plane, this also makes sense because you may not have the ray. So some people do use the garage at the cargo port, but what you probably didn't know is that you can spawn any vehicle there whatsoever. But let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Coming in at the number 4 spot is the firefighter ability. That's right guys, this is another surprise to some of you. Basically, this ability was added 3 years ago in the fire update back in April of 2019, although I could be wrong. This ability allows you to get money. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I mean by that. So you're going to need a fire truck which costs 175,000 cash, and you need to find fire. So you can zap yourself or you can just find any fire from lightning. But anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys how this works. You're going to need to hold down the G key or the Y button on the controller to spray some water out of your fire truck. Now you can also hold down the exclamation point button on the mobile versions, and what will happen is the fire will start to get smaller over time, and eventually when the fire gets extinguished by the water, you will get some money. Now, since the water from the fire truck is pretty weak to the fire, it won't really take it down in a couple of seconds. It will take it down in approximately 20 seconds depending on the size of the fire. So while it may not be the best idea, it is definitely worth getting some money, especially if someone used rockets and you're willing to take the fire out using your fire truck. You can get some money off of that. As long as the fire does not disappear, especially during the rain, you'll be able to get some money off of the firefighter ability. You will get 100 cash or 120 cash with the VIP game pass for each fire you set out. There is no limit to how much fire you can take out, so you can take out as much fire as you want. You can make big bucks out of this if you are doing this in a private server, because you can zap yourself and you can just set off the fire using the fire truck. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to number 3. Coming in at the number 3 spot is the usage of the CCTV, which is the initial name for this item inside of Jailbreak. The CCTV was introduced in the March update alongside the ability to tow vehicles that you want to tow. Now, basically, this is a pretty useless item because most people don't tend to use security cameras nowadays. Unless if they really need to find some criminals, then yes. Otherwise, this feature is useless. Now, this is a feature that is only given to SWAT Game Pass owners, so you do need to pay 400 Robux just to be able to use this feature. While this feature may seem pretty significant to some people, I do not find this extremely useful. As of the April update, many security cameras have been updated, which make things better, but at the same time, the feature is still pretty useless. Now, some people will find this pretty cool because you can make it look like you're holding a phone, which I think is pretty sick if you ask me. Other than that though, it doesn't really do much to you and you can't give the item even if you own it, so that's the only major downside with this item, even though you can give yourself a rifle. But let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot is the usage of grenades. Now, grenades were in the game for a pretty long time, ever since August of 2018, alongside a new gun system. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys how grenades work. So basically, you need to buy some grenade ammo from any gun shop as long as you have enough money for at least one grenade ammo. Now, each one costs 500 cash, so it is among the cheapest alongside the C4 ammo. So you can actually buy up to 5 and that's it. Now, the reason why grenades are useless is the fact that they don't really do much. People can easily avoid the grenades and they don't really do much to anyone. Like, you can throw a grenade and you can potentially oof yourself for them, even though it doesn't really affect the gameplay. If you're too close to a grenade, then yes, you will instantly oof yourself in like 2 hits. But still, this is pretty useless. Now, I'm sure some of you will use grenades, but other than that, that's it. Now, grenades were pretty helpful back in the day because friendly fire was on the grenades. However, as of the July update, grenades no longer have friendly fire. Aside from that, though, the grenades are not too bad and they're not too expensive, so you don't have to pay a lot of money just for a single grenade, as it only costs 500 cash. And besides, as of a recent update this year, you can now actually get a grenade holder. So even if you don't have any grenades, you can buy a grenade holder and you can literally hold no grenades whatsoever. So that is pretty beneficial. And grenades also used to let you glitch through walls, although that has been patched, so you can no longer do the glitch. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to number 1. Coming in at the number 1 spot is none other than the helicopter spotlights. Now, for those wondering, helicopter spotlights are used to target down criminals. And in order to activate them, in any helicopter that has rope, for instance, you need to press the L key, the headlights button on mobile, or the Y button. Unfortunately for Xbox players, you can't really do that because the Y button is also with rope. So if you press the Y button on Xbox, it will instead deploy some rope. So while that sucks, I guess it's fine. Unless if you're driving the drone, then no. Now, this feature is pretty useless to a lot of people because you can't really do much about it. The only good thing about it, aside from emitting light, is the ability to slow down criminals a little bit. However, when you get off the helicopter, the spotlight disappears, and you literally have to re-enter the helicopter just for the headlights to appear again. Personally, I think there should be a buff to the helicopter spotlights because they're pretty bad right now. I mean, they're not the worst since they have a pretty good range from the air to the ground, but they're still pretty bad if you ask me. So hopefully they actually buff the helicopter spotlights a little bit because these are pretty garbage. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think this feature is pretty bad. I mean, yes, you do get some life from the helicopter spotlights, but you can't really slow down criminals because they can just easily avoid the spotlights. Yes, they're big, but they're just not great enough. Now, I hope they do buff these spotlights so that way the game feels a bit better. Anyways, I will go ahead and end the video there. So if you did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And please feel free to agree/disagree with my opinions I have listed in this video. But as always, my name is Mr. Vince. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.